They're calling it the silent crisis, but retirees can feel it loud and clear. Just ask Jim and Linda from Scottsdale, Arizona. They spent 40 years building their retirement the traditional way: 401k, a little real estate, some mutual funds. Then, in 2022, inflation spiked, banks started failing, and the market wiped out nearly $180,000 from their portfolio in under 6 months. They didn't panic. They got smart. But before we get into what they did, let's talk about why retirees across America are getting more nervous by the day. According to CNBC, over half of Americans now believe they'll outlive their retirement savings. Bloomberg just reported that the US is seeing the fastest pace of debt accumulation since World War II. And President Trump recently warned that the dollar's strength is at risk due to the most reckless fiscal policies in American history. That's not fear-mongering. That's the backdrop. And here's the twist. Smart retirees aren't running from the system. They're hedging against it. Jim and Linda rolled over exactly $526,340 from their traditional IRA into a gold IRA. They didn't do it on a whim. They started with a free retirement guide, just like the one you can get at the link in the description, and then took a no-obligation call with a real advisor. No pressure, no gimmicks, just a real human walking them through the options. What sold them wasn't hype. It was history. Gold has survived every economic collapse, every war, every dollar devaluation. And it's not about betting against the system. It's about protecting what you've worked for. Jim said it best. We weren't looking to strike it rich. We just didn't want to go backwards. That's the mindset shift we're seeing all across the country. Retirees who've worked their entire lives are realizing that stocks and bonds alone might not be enough. Not in this climate. Let me ask you this. If you've got over 100K in a retirement account, what's your plan if inflation roars back? If banks start collapsing again? If your 401k loses another 20% like it did in 2022? Hope isn't a strategy. Education is. That's why thousands of Americans are starting with a free gold IRA guide. It walks you through how the process works, what the risks are, what the benefits are, and whether it makes sense for your situation. Then, if you want to, you can schedule a one-on-one call with a professional who will walk you through it. Again, no sales pressure, no junk silver offers. Just honest, clear advice. This is what the smart ones are doing. They're not waiting for the next headline to wipe out their savings. They're building a retirement strategy that actually considers reality, not just Wall Street optimism. So here's your moment. Grab the free gold IRA guide using the link below. Take the 5 minutes, read it, and see if this could be your Jim and Linda moment. Because their story started with that same free guide. And now, they sleep soundly at night, no matter what the markets do. You earned your retirement. Now it's time to protect it. For yourself and for the next generation. I'm rooting for you.